Today we have a very special member, Sumi, who was with me for about a year and then she left and she's gone on to maintain her weight loss and then even achieve more. And she actually ended up running the half marathon recently. And we were back in contact with each other, and it's going to be amazing to hear how Sumi's journey was and where she started from and where she is right now. Busy mum as well of young kids, busy wife, and a big family as well, and friends in Bolton. So, Simi, I'll hand it over to you. Introduce yourself, your name. Obviously, we know Simi, but a bit about you, what you do. Go for
Um,
it.
my name is Sumi. I am a full-time mom and very, very busy because I have got two kids. One is 4 and one is 5, but still a handful. And I have managed to lose weight, maintain, and obviously, as you said, do more, even
Yeah,
as a busy mom and a busy life.
nice. Okay. So, can you take us back to what your life was like before you started your journey with Affinity? So, give me a typical day for
So
Simi.
I don't know. I would wake up in the morning, kids would be up. I'd feed the kids breakfast. I'd probably have a bit myself, and then I would have my own breakfast. So
So
I've
you'd
already
have so basically you had the kids' leftovers and then yours, yeah?
yeah, and then mine. So that's a double breakfast, and then obviously a kid's breakfast like cheese on toast with like extra cheese to try and
Yeah.
get calories. But you don't realize all this. I only realized after, when you start weighing your foods out,
Yeah,
and this is what I got to learn from you. You
yeah,
just don't realize how many calories are in stuff like condiments as well.
exactly.
Like vegan mayo's got loads in it. And I used to have loads of that.
Yeah, you just squirt it all over your waffle, right?
You're done, isn't it? Because it tastes nice. But it's when you realize and then you're thinking, oh no, can't have too much of that. And then you do a little bit.
Yeah.
Still just as good. You're just not having as much as it of it. And then obviously after that, what would I do? I don't know. I don't even remember my life then.
I remember because I used to have your check-ins with you. So I remember when you used to drop the kids off to school, come back, have your breakfast, and then I would ask you to go for a walk if you remember. So what you used to do is Sumi actually used to go to drop the kids off, and then she'd continue her walk after school run,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then she used to come home, and then she'd be thinking about what to have for lunch. So what would your lunch be back then?
With when I was with Affinity or before
Just
Affinity?
before, just before you started.
I think I would have like two waffles and a wrap. I used to have a waffle wrap every day. And sometimes I could even fit these three waffles in a wrap.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. And then it's after when you realize what you're eating that you don't eat that anymore. But
Yeah,
it was easily done. And or it'd be like toast, like with a waffle, and then all the sauces and all your
yeah,
cheese, like I make it as cheesy as I could.
yeah,
Would be my typical lunch. And then obviously in the afternoon, I used to snack a lot. Chevro, Katia, you name it. Like, these stacks and stacks, you get them in
yeah,
sorts, and it's easily done. You can easily just pick up just a handful, and then you're picking up another handful and another handful. And by the time you know it, you've had like five handfuls.
yeah,
You
yeah,
just you just don't realize. And then in the evening, obviously, I would eat whatever everyone else is eating. Probably have about three, four Ruckleys, sack, glass of milk,
yeah.
and whatever it is to go with that.
And then snacking in the evening after that as well. Did you snack before bedtime?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, because you've put the kids to sleep and you think you're right. Like, well, let's go in the kitchen. What is there?
Yeah.
You
So it's
pick,
so easy, you see, right? It's so easy to easily consume like 3,000 calories in a day without
yeah,
even knowing it.
yeah, yeah, easy.
And then your movement was probably hardly anything before starting with us.
No, no. I didn't even know like that I could go out and do 10,000 steps. Like, who's got time for that? You,
Yeah,
you realize that you do have time for it.
yeah,
Because I could easily just sit on the sofa. But actually now I know, wait, can't be sitting on the sofa. If I've got time, I'm going to go out and go
yeah,
for a walk. But obviously now I go for runs because I can do that. But
yeah,
obviously before I couldn't even run when I started Affinity. Mate, I hated running.
Yeah, you did.
Couldn't even run the next block. By the time I got there, I was like, I couldn't do it. Like,
Yeah,
and but now, like now I can. Like
yeah,
I never thought I could even get here.
yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, was there a moment or a feeling that made you decide, right, enough is enough. I need to do something?
Yeah. You know what? I think it's because I saw something on Instagram and I was like, look at this transformation. I was like, I want to do that. I
Was
want to
it
do.
us? Was it Affinity?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It was a friend of ours, a family friend, um, and I saw it because she
yeah,
had shared it on her story, and I was like, oh my God, like I want to look at that. You know,
yeah,
at the time I was huge. I had a back-to-back pregnancy. I didn't even have time to lose weight on my first pregnancy. I got pregnant again. So
yeah,
I had a lot to lose, and I'm only small as well. So
yeah,
then I'm like round, and I'm thinking, I don't think I took any pictures of myself, rarely. And if I
yeah,
did, I'd delete them because I just didn't like how I looked
yeah.
compared to before I had kids. So like when I want to go back and have a look at what I looked like, I really did struggle to find photos. I just never took any. Like I don't have a wide range to
Yeah,
pick.
you've deleted them all.
Yeah, yeah, because like who wants to look like that? You
It's
know?
like out with the old Sumi, in with this one, staying forever. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it.
Yeah. So that was it. That was the moment when you saw a transformation on Instagram, someone you knew. You were
I,
like, right, this is it.
yeah, yeah. And that's when obviously I contacted you
Yeah.
and I was like, let's have a look. What is this about?
Yeah.
At first, I thought, oh, wait, like, online coach. I was a bit like, but then it was very promising
Yeah.
because you've got that 24-hour support from you, more or less.
Yeah.
Like, go to you for whatever. And it's not just in nutrition, you've also got your workout plans, which I didn't use much at the time because I was concentrating more on getting my steps in. Because at the
Yeah.
time, I hadn't joined the gym. I think it was after 6 months that I joined the gym.
Yeah. It was your second 6 months you joined.
I joined,
Yeah.
and I'm still there now.
Good. Amazing.
And
So my next question was actually going to be that when you joined us, did you have any like doubts or fears? Were you worried? Were you nervous when you first joined the program? Having like an online coach compared to like someone in the gym, personal training you?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So prior to Affinity, at the gym, I had a PT for I think a couple, maybe 2 months, and
Yeah.
I had to do maybe two workouts a
A
week.
week. Yeah.
I was only going and doing those workouts twice a week. The rest of the week, I wouldn't go to the gym if I didn't have a PT.
Yeah.
And then so I wasn't seeing any like difference in my.
Yeah.
I lost no weight, and I've been doing it for a couple of months, and that's when I realized that I need something else. So
Yeah.
I stopped doing it, and
So
then
you weren't getting any of the nutrition support, right? From that PT, from the gym PT.
he was just asking me like, "Oh, do you watch what you eat?" I'm like, "No, I don't watch what I eat." She was like, "Yeah, but you have to." But there was no in depth,
Yeah.
like of how to do it and things like that.
Yeah.
The reason why, obviously, I never lost any weight. Like I was trying, but I didn't know. I,
Yeah.
here is lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Like you lack the knowledge of what you need to do to lose weight. Everyone thinks that, oh, going to the gym, you're going to lose weight. But if your nutrition is not there, you're not losing it. And that's
Exactly.
from you, love.
Yeah.
So you have to be on it with your nutrition.
Nice. Right. So when you were settled then, you were with us with Affinity. So a few months in, what changes did you start noticing first?
So obviously changing clothes size
Yeah.
straight away. Maybe I think I was a 14 when I started. And then I was down to a 12 and then eventually to a 10.
Yeah.
But then people are like, oh, Sumi, you've lost some weight. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you feel good because people are telling you, oh, yeah, you know what? You've lost some weight. You look
So
good.
mentally you felt amazing as well, right?
I think it's all mentally.
Yeah.
'Cause you want to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and like how you look. And I think, and then I did. Obviously,
Yeah.
you like what you see in the mirror, and then you're like, yeah, I want to do more and
Yeah.
more. I want to look even better. And I think that's how it went.
Yeah. Amazing, amazing. It just motivated you to keep going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And then
good.
don't get me wrong, like in the middle, you have your few breaks, but then you know that you have to get back on it. You get back on it.
Yeah. Was there any moments though you felt like giving up? You're like, oh, I remember a few when you were like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. When socials come or when summer comes and things get a bit too much.
I think the weekend was the hardest, and you learn the hard way because I was thinking on a weekend, like, yeah, I can't be doing this. Like, I can only do it Monday to Friday. And at the end of the week, and then the following week, you realize, oh, guess what? I'm not lost any weight. Why? Because your
Yeah,
weekends have to be classed as your weekdays, really. And that's when I realized when you have that consistency for the full week and the following weeks to come, that's when you see the change. Do you
yeah,
get me? And then obviously once you realize that, oh, actually, once your weekends are sorted, you're losing more weight, makes you want to do it every week.
yeah. Sabotaging those weekends really, really like put you on a downward. Yeah, I know you went through it a few weeks.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
did.
you got back up and
Yeah,
you realize like that 7 days of consistency is just what you need.
yeah. And it's hard, don't get me wrong. Snacking is easily done, and
Yeah,
it's difficult. I can't say that it's easy.
yeah,
Anyone ask me, I say it's hard.
yeah.
It is, but you have to be willing to put in that hard work to do it, and that's when you'll get something out of it.
Exactly, exactly. So now, what does life look like for you now? What? So you're with us for a year, and then you went off, right? You maintained what you'd achieved with Affinity, and then what was it? What was it that made you carry on? How did life change after you left us? What was it that made you carry on?
So, like after I'd left, I I was maintaining, but I also put a little bit back on,
Yeah,
and then when I just didn't like how I looked still, so
yeah,
I need to keep going. This is not the end of my weight loss journey. And then obviously I started training. I joined a new gym.
okay,
I started training there and then I was running more. And then I signed up for a 10K run. And I think that 10K run pushed me
yeah,
train more. So I was doing more generally.
yeah,
And I was definitely getting my steps in because I was just spending a lot more time, at the gym in the morning. Like I
yeah,
would go early. So I could spend a bit more time there. So I know that I could be back home on
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Um, sorry, what was the question? I forgot.
How did you after leaving us? So
Yeah.
what was it that made you carry on and continue in terms of nutrition? How did you continue with your nutrition?
So I was still calorie counting,
Good.
which you have to do. And then I continued my calorie deficit. It was a bit more like so I would change on different days. So from like Monday to Friday, I would have a more of an extreme deficit. And then when I was with Affinity, I didn't have protein shakes. I've never ever had them,
Yeah,
but I didn't need them. But
yeah,
then for that extra little push, because snacking is so easy,
yeah,
and I brought the protein shakes into my life. It was a snack,
yeah,
meal replacement. And I think that worked really well for
yeah.
me. And I
Good.
think how I did it. Otherwise, it's hard. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had my husband who also decided to lose weight. So we did it together.
Oh,
Now,
amazing.
someone to do it with, you get that extra push and extra support.
Yeah,
Doing it together, you're eating the same foods. So we were only really cooking for the kids. Something
yeah,
our food would be the same. And then we weren't missing out many meals. We were just cutting down on what we were eating already. So now, typically, where I was eating three, four Ruglies, I'm I actually don't have more than two. And
yeah,
if you want, I will take extra sack.
yeah,
You know that. Then you have your salad on the side. That is still something that I'm doing.
yeah. Good.
So
Have you stopped buying so many waffles then?
yeah, I don't eat them because they just you can have so many you just don't realize. But
Yeah,
then cheese with it. And obviously now, like, okay, with Affinity, I was getting the You know, the cheese with the protein cheese, not the
Yeah.
protein cheese, the one that's got less fat in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's basically my lifestyle
Yeah.
now. Do you get it?
Your whole lifestyle's changed.
Yeah, we don't have the full fat cheese no more. Like
And
we
not
have,
only your lifestyle, your husband's lifestyle's changed as well,
yeah,
right?
and
The support of your spouse is really, really important.
yeah, it is. I agree because
Yeah.
when you're doing it with your spouse, you got that extra support that you wouldn't normally have
Yeah.
because you would watch them eat and they would probably offer you what they're eating
Yeah.
and you would easily give in. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah.
But together, you don't have that
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
because you're both not eating it, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what you've done, what you've achieved. And we've got posts on Sumi as well on our Instagram, so have a look at it. So now, um, you're back on like real life, kids, busy mom, and you achieved the half marathon,
Yeah, I
right?
would never in my life thought I could run half a marathon. I couldn't even run half a block
Yeah.
the street. I was panting like a dog, and I'm saying, I can't do this. I'm going home.
How the hell did you find time, first of all, because you were always so busy, right? How have you found time to train for a half a marathon and even the energy to keep showing up for yourself?
When you know that you've booked something and you've got it coming up, you kind of have no choice. Like you have to do it. You know
Yeah.
that. To be fair, when we booked this half marathon, we didn't tell anyone. Like me and my husband, we did it together.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell anyone. We're going to surprise everyone. I think that's what it was.
Nice.
We want
Yeah.
to, like surprise the family. Like, yeah, we're doing it. So we didn't actually tell anyone we were doing it. My husband was more like, well, if we don't do it, then we don't need to tell anyone. So we don't have to tell anyone.
Yeah.
We will do it. What are you on about?
Yeah.
But we can do it. And we did do it. Now, half marathon, the first, I think, 7 miles, we were really good on a good pace. After 7 miles, I'm thinking, why have I booked this? Like,
Yeah.
what am I doing here? But it's at the end, you're like, yeah, this is why I did it.
Yeah.
But the train, because I already trained for the 10K. So every Fridays, me and my sisters, we would go for a run. We'd do.
Okay.
So we were already doing that every week. And
Yeah.
joined us, so then we were doing it together. And then obviously I did the 10K on my own that time, because he was babysitting the kids. But then we
Bless him.
had the opportunity to do the half marathon together. He did
Nice.
do it, but we couldn't do the 10K together. So we said there was the option of the 10K and then there was an option of the half marathon. And he said, no, Sumi, let's do the half marathon. I said,
Yeah.
one then, let's do it. So we booked it and then we were training for it. So I was running every day, at least 5 kilometers.
Amazing.
You can't really train for half a marathon, I would say. Like you're never gonna run that on a
Yeah.
treadmill. But when you're running a half marathon and you've got all the crowd and the support, it's just
It's a
amazing.
buzz, right? It's a buzz. Everyone on the side cheering you on at
Yeah,
every step. It's just a buzz.
yeah. And then we had names on our bibs.
Yeah.
Nita, and then there was Sanjay. And you've got random people saying, go Samita, go.
Yeah.
Oh, how do they know our names? And then you actually it's on your bib. But that push, yeah, it's that's the big thing. Like someone just shouting your name and saying, go, go, go.
Yeah.
Just run that extra little bit faster for a bit longer, without stopping. And then obviously like the last mile was the hardest. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Wow.
Point, I think we were like breaking down a bit, but there was a pacer behind us, and she was like, "What are you two doing?" And at that point, me and Sand were like, "Right, right, come on, come on." So we ran for half a mile, so only half a mile left.
Yeah.
Sandra's like, "Right, I can't do this." I was like, "No, no, you can do it. You can do it. Go on, come on." He's like, "No." I was like, you need to hurry up because that woman, she's coming from behind. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, don't worry. We've run quite a bit. Next minute, she's behind us. She's like, you two still here. So after that, we just ran and then we
So
got,
you two were together the whole way.
yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, because we had to support each other. We
Yeah.
signed up together. We said we'll start together, we'll finish together, even if one of us has to stay behind.
That's so good. That's
It
so good.
we'll do it together. And it's the first time that I've done it. He's done it before, uh,
Yeah.
but it's the first time that I've done half a marathon. So obviously, I wanted to do it with him.
So marathon next year?
Actually, we've signed up for the one next year.
Oh, amazing. The
Uh,
London Marathon.
no, not the London Marathon. The half marathon in. I was thinking I want to do the London one.
Do it. Go for it.
The ballot's already it's closed, isn't it?
Oh,
So you have to do it like a year in
all
advance.
right. The year after then.
Yeah, unless you're running for a charity, which we have considered. It's something to look forward to,
Yeah.
but it's a lot in it. 20. What
You
is
can
it?
do it. You can do it. You're a runner now, Sumi. You can do it.
I never thought I would be a runner in my
Yeah.
life.
I
I hate
know.
running. I hated going to the gym and going on the treadmill. And now, like, I run for fun. Like, what is that? Like, I never thought I would be, but it's
That's
something
so
that,
good. It's so good.
yeah.
So I think that's my next question. You've answered it. One thing that surprised you is that you're a runner now, right?
Yeah, I never thought I
Big
could.
surprise for you.
Honestly, I didn't. I
Yeah.
so and also like I play badminton, and obviously like I know that weight has got nothing to do with how you play sport, but I feel like since I've lost weight, I'm more like lighter
But
on.
yeah, but the thing is that you're maintaining now, you see, and
Yeah,
you're more active, which
yeah,
is really, really important to stay in that maintenance.
mm,
So your calorie deficit, yeah, and you might need a little bit more calories when you're training and running or playing badminton or sports. But the important thing is that you're active, which you weren't before.
no. I play football now.
There you
Opening
go.
team on a Tuesday. I do badminton on a Wednesday. I mean, like, and also at the gym every morning they have badminton sessions, and there's a group. It's a group of men. They're like 50
Yeah,
plus, but I'm the only girl there, but I just go sometimes because it's just fun in it, and
so
it's
good.
different to going to the gym and doing your workout.
Yeah,
You,
so good. What a massive lifestyle change from coming home, dropping the kids, coming home, sitting on the couch, having waffles and cheese and wraps and gatia and chevro, and now you're just out and about all the time,
yeah,
active,
yeah, yeah.
right? So amazing. So, what if you were to, if anyone was listening to this podcast, for everyone who is listening to this podcast, and they're sitting on the fence and they're thinking, oh my God, I want to do what Sumi's done. I want to be there right now. What three tips would you give them or advice? What would you give them to come off that fence and make them start now? What would you say?
I would say stop looking at your phone. Get off that phone.
Yeah,
All you need to do is literally send a message. It's that easy. That's how I did it. Literally just dropped you a message on Instagram, like, what is this about?
yeah,
And then when you see that it's promising, you want to do it more. And you have to do it now. There is no right time. That
yeah,
time is just never going to come. The time is now. You need to do it now. And
exactly.
that's what it was with me. I was like trying to find the right time, but that right time it wasn't coming. And then
Yeah,
to do it now,
time doesn't wait for anyone.
that's it. And the quicker you do it, the quicker you're going to get into that shape that you
Yeah,
want to, and whatever your goal is, you're only going to get to it if you start now. Uh,
exactly.
So
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time. Anything else you want to add? Or I think you
no,
said everything about your journey, after journey, and where you are right now. But it's amazing.
thank
Yeah,
you.
amazing. And we look forward to seeing Sumi then at the London Marathon.
If I
Yeah,
I get there, we don't
cool.
have the if at the moment, but we will try. If we are
Oh,
a charity, we will be able to do it. But we'll see how that goes.
amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Jamie.